Hey Tactical family, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm asking a question to myself: why did I buy a Glock 17? So, welcome back. If you've been on the channel before, you know I don't do a lot of Glocks. And it's because some of it's the geometry, some of it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's the fanboy in people, but I own Glocks. And one Glock I own is my Glock 43X. This is my EDC. I own it, I like it, I shoot it. Okay. The next Glock that I own, because I own another one, is a Glock 35. Now the Glock 35 I own because when I got it, it was used, but it came with a Trijicon RMR. And if anyone knows anything about the Glock 35, it's a Glock 40, but you can shoot 9mm out of it by changing the barrel, which we did. This is a Wilson Combat. Also, you can shoot 357 by putting a SIG 357 barrel in it. The price was right. I liked the options that I could do with it, so I got it. Okay. Now, I own 3 Glocks. The third one is my Glock 17. This is a Gen 5 Glock 17. Everyone knows Glock 17, 9mm. And I'm going to show you in a minute why I got it. But before we do, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you share, follow. Go check us out on Rumble. We're going to be putting stuff on Rumble we can't do on YouTube. So make sure you go check out our Rumble page as well. But here, I own 3 Glocks. Now let me show you why I now own a Glock 17. So why do I own a third Glock? Here's why. The Recover Tactical Pix Plus Glock chassis. That's why I now own a Glock 17. This is a pretty awesome chassis that you can put any number of Glocks in. So right now we have it in with the Glock 17. I'm going to give you some quick highlights and specs of the Pix chassis and kind of the features of it. And then we're going to do a tabletop down the road and give you a breakdown of really everything that this chassis has. So this configuration, this chassis comes in a few different configurations, all right? It comes in a base model where you can just put your Glock in the base model. It comes in a model where you can get a buffer tube with and a stock, and it comes in a configuration where you can do a foldable stock or foldable brace. I have a foldable stock for this, but I cannot put it on here because if I do, it makes it an NFA item, and we cannot do that. I have a buffer tube because this fits mil-spec buffer tubes, okay? So I have a mil-spec buffer tube and an SBA3 brace. Therefore, I can have this on here because it does not make it an NFA item. Now moving forward past the buttstock, you have a pick rail on the top, pick rail across in both sections, which is pretty cool. I will tell you one thing I'm not happy with. This is not a standard pick. I tried to put another optic on it. Didn't fit. Coming forward, let's go to this side. It has a AR-15 style grip, which you can swap out. And it has your very usable, friendly Glock safety selector switch. So yes, it does give you a safety switch for your Glock, other than just having your finger, okay? It becomes a side charger. Now it's, the only way you can pull this forward is if you rack the slide. There's no bolt release, so you can't send the slide forward. Yeah, the only way to do it is to rack it. So when you put it in there, put it around in, rack it back, you're good. This thing holds lots of ammo. So you have a magazine holder in the grip. You have a forward magazine holder or grip, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it a magazine holder. And then the magazine for the pistol. So you can theoretically have lots of ammo on the picks. So let's go ahead and put the ears on. We're going to go ahead and put some more rounds down range. So your magazine release for the picks, standard magazine release. Now the magazines that you have in the front forward magazine holder and the rear, they are not buttons. You're just going to strip them out. I will tell you, this rear one is not super strong. Pull it out, in goes the magazine, charge it, off to the races. Bolt locks to the rear, drop your magazine, strip out another one, charging handle, locks to the rear. It's pretty cool. Now, this forward grip, this forward magazine holder, whatever you want to call it, okay, is legal because it's angled. It's not a foregrip. It's an angled grip for me to put my magazine in. It's got some thumb, gas pedals right here. So if you grab a purchase, you can put your thumb back here and get a really solid feel on it. It's got a metal shroud up front. So if you do end up putting a longer Glock in the chassis, you have room. So let's look at my Glock 35. So you're asking, well, you said you bought a Glock 17 to put in here. Why don't you just put your 35? So let me show you. The 35 goes in, okay? And you can see it's longer, which is awesome. But, one, you can't have an optic on the firearm. Two, you need to have Glock OEM sights or sights that are the same height as the OEM sight. If not, they'll stick up because there's not a lot of clearance in here. So you won't be able to rack the slide because of that. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and put some more rounds in it. Now, some people call this kind of a gimmicky range toy, but I think it has purposes. Given the fact that it's compact, and if you end up putting a foldable stock or pistol brace on this, you have a pretty small package that you can put in a backpack, wherever. That becomes very useful. It's solid. What stuff is in there, it's solid. So let's go ahead and put some more rounds down range. And let's shoot this picks from Recover Tactical. Woo. Got to get used to that. Gonna drop, pull out. So it definitely gives you that ability to put rounds on range or on target. Gives you more stability, more control, obviously. Now, I went with the Glock 17 in this chassis versus like a 19, just because the 17 has that little bit longer a barrel in it. So that's really the only reason I went with a 17 over the 19. I could have gone with another 35. I could have gone with any number of other Glocks. Now this chassis will not fit my Glock 43X, okay? Recover Tactical has another one called the 2020N that I believe will fit into, or they have another chassis for that one. The 2020N is a completely different chassis. If it's not that one, they have another one, but you can put the micro compacts. They do have a chassis for those Glocks. I like this. I think it's really cool. I think it definitely has purposes. But we're gonna do a tabletop on this to show you how you can put this in here, because I can't take it apart, reassemble it with a firearm on YouTube. Maybe we'll do that on Rumble for you, but I cannot do it on YouTube. All I can do here is I'm not even gonna break it open because I don't want YouTube to get mad. So make sure you watch for that YouTube video where we're gonna show you how this chassis works. But we'll go ahead and put a few more rounds down for you before we end this video. One thing I will tell you about this chassis is the reciprocating handle. This actually goes over the slide, and that's a reciprocating part. So make sure, you don't have your hands back here in the way. I don't know why you would, but there's the potential for you to, if you didn't have this front magazine holder, you could hold it right here. That's what these thumb rests are for. So it's possible, especially if you're, to have your hand in the way of that reciprocating handle. So make sure that you're careful that you don't have your hands in the way of that reciprocating handle on this side, okay? All right, let's go ahead and put these last few rounds through here. Have a little bit more fun with the Recover Tactical PIX Plus, or P-9 Plus, or whatever their nomenclature is. And there you have it. The Recover Tactical PIX Plus Glock chassis. Thanks for sticking around. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Check us out on Rumble. Until next time, stay safe, stay free, support the Second Amendment. We'll see you in the next video.